Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is claiming that if he was elected president, he would want to, quote, reduce the size and scope of government by eliminating 4 federal agencies. Speaking with Fox News' Martha McCollum, the Republican presidential candidate said that his administration would seek to abolish the Department of Education, the Department of Commerce, the Department of Energy, and the IRS. All 4 of those being incredibly important agencies, obviously. The Department of Education, abolishing that would basically make it so that education wouldn't be monitored on any type of federal level, which would greatly increase inequality in this country automatically, because it would just set up the rich get richer, poor get poorer with less restraints. You know what I'm saying? And then the Department of Commerce, the Department of Commerce and the IRS, what would getting rid of that do? Make it easier for really rich people to hide their money and rip everybody off and commit fraud and scam everybody. In the Department of Energy, obviously, that's incredibly important because we need to be pushing towards cleaner and different kinds of energy sources more aggressively. So all of this is ridiculous. Quote, let me take a swig because it's Ron DeSantis voice time.
If Congress will work with me on doing that.
No, he probably said it more like this.
If Congress will work with me on doing that, we'll be able to reduce the size and scope of government,
DeSantis said.
If Congress won't go that far, I'm going to use those agencies to push back against woke ideology and against the leftism that we see creeping into all institutions of American life.
Okay, way to say absolutely nothing. He's so stupid.
We need to fundamentally reconstitutionalize the government,
DeSantis also asserted.
We talked about draining the swamp in 2016. That didn't happen. I think the better analogy is breaking the swamp.
Actually, no, it's not at all. Drain the swamp sounds much better than break the swamp. Just off just general things, because, drain and liquid go together more than break and liquid. You break solids. You don't really break liquids. I mean, I know that's like really minute and like stupid, but just in terms of like, no, that just on that level, that doesn't sound better. Like, what are you talking about? This dude sucks. DeSantis has previously called the IRS a, quote, corrupt organization while appearing on The Dana Show, where he was asked by host Dana Loesch if he'd seek to abolish it.
The answer is yes, DeSantis said in May. We need something totally different.
And I'm sure he didn't dive into what that totally different means at all, because with Republicans, it's always just get rid of the government and let people do their thing. That's in other words, I don't know, just get rid of the government. That's it.
I would be welcoming to take this tax system, chuck it out the window, and do something that's more favorable to the average folks.
Okay, so in that case, if you ain't talking about raising taxes on corporations and the super wealthy, doing something about capital gains, if you ain't talking about doing anything like that, then, man, this dude. But, luckily for everybody, he really sucks at this. As NBC News noted, citing government spending data, the current fiscal year budgets for the Commerce, Energy, and Education departments were $109 billion, $160 billion, and $194 billion, respectively. The IRS has cut close to 20% of its staff since 2010. And what does that do? When you cut your staff, what does that do? In the IRS, it makes it more difficult to audit people who have a lot of money, because people who have a lot of money can put that money into a lot of things. It's more difficult. When you aren't super wealthy, you probably just make a paycheck here and there. Maybe you do something on the side, but it ain't that much. So it's easy to look at what you got coming through. You feel me? No, we want to cut IRS staff because we want the average little man to be audited less. As previously reported, DeSantis officially entered the 2024 presidential race back in May, confirming longtime rumors that was priming himself to earn the Republican Party's nomination as a chief rival to former President Donald Trump. DeSantis and Trump have built similar bases. Okay, so who is this who says this? Trump's business friend. Okay, these are just quotes and stuff. But yeah, so yeah, you know, who needs it? What was it? He wants to get in there and eliminate the Department of Education, the Department of Commerce, the Department of Energy, and the Internal Revenue Service. Because who needs it? You know what I'm saying? Who needs any of that stuff? Who cares?